Join us for the very first IFL Live at London's Indigo at the O2, Sunday, August the 13th, with me, Kugan Cassius, and some very special guests. Eddie Hearn, Darren Barker, Johnny Fisher and more. Tickets now on sale. So in the words of Eddie Hearn,
you get up, you dress up, and you fucking show up.
Andrew McCART, IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. I'm here with Mr. Ben Shalom himself in Manchester, your home city. Man, I love Manchester, man. You've yet to take me out though, but I'm not holding that against you. But talking about this fight, this main event tomorrow night.
It feels huge now, doesn't it? It feels really, really big. And yeah, Franchon's just been unbelievable all week. But on that stage, the energy, the teams, everyone knows how much is on the line for both of them. This is all or nothing, and this is Savannah Marshall to prove how good she really is. I think she wants to have a career best performance on Saturday night. She's going to need it. Franchon is here. I've never seen her. We've looked at all her fights. I've never seen her this fit, this ready, her physique like this. She is ready to go. And it just feels big. It really does. And the crowd came out today in Manchester for Savannah Marshall. She's a huge draw. And tomorrow night, the atmosphere is going to be something special. It really is.
You were up there. There was a lot of people up there. I mean, Cruz Deshawn, Franchon had a big team up there. What was said between the two fighters? Obviously, we can't hear when we're 12, 15 feet away, but you heard what was said, I'm sure. So what was said?
I think Franchon's saying to Savannah she's going to retire her. That's what her message is. I think Franchon knows she's trying to get in Savannah's head there. Savannah's been here before. She's experienced at this level now. This is a 4-time headlining. She's a completely different animal. She's at a weight where she feels really comfortable at, but she's fighting the best super middleweight in the world. And it's an incredible fight. It's a 50-50 fight. I don't know. Look, I think we're going to see Savannah at her very best. I think if she's at her best, she'll beat Franchon Cruz on Saturday night. But yeah, it's a tough one to call.
She's known as the silent assassin, Savannah Marshall, but she hasn't been silent today. She wasn't silent yesterday at the press conference. Can we just call her the assassin now?
Look, Savannah's a very, very strong woman, and she's fought for everything she has. And I've had many conversations with her the past 18 months, difficult ones. She knows what she believes in and what she stands for. And so when someone sticks it on her, that's what's going to happen. And yeah, that's Savannah now grown into a champion, into a superstar. And yeah, it's amazing seeing her up there, isn't it? We're going back and forth on the biggest level, fighting for undisputed title for the second time. It's a big moment for her. It's a defining moment for her, and I think she's going to do it.
You said 50-50 fight, this main event, and it's not a deep card, but it seems like all throughout the card, there seems to be 50-50 fights. It's tough fights for everybody in there. So, I mean, it's not a deep card, but it's a dangerous card for the guys in the home corner. They might lose here.
It is. I mean, your man Boris Crichton. I was thinking, you know what? He's looking good, and he's been active, and he'll have learned so much from that Lyndon Arthur fight, even from that Steve Woodall fight out in Poland. And he's finding a way that he wants to fight at, which is super middleweight. We're going to see the best Boris Crichton. Callum Simpson, this is a massive step up for him. It's a massive step up. He's going to have to show why he believes he's the #1 in the country and why he believes he's going to be fighting for world titles one day. It's a big fight for him. I think Mark Jeffers, many people in Manchester believe he's going to beat Zach Chelly on Saturday night. They really do. I was surprised when he took it, but I don't think Zach knew until now how good Mark Jeffers really is. I don't think he does, but Zach Chelly always seems to come through. Always, whoever you put in front of him, and when you think he's reaching a certain level, he always delivers and he always performs. He'll be looking to do that on Saturday, and of course you got Tasha and Savannah hoping to become 2-weight world champions. I'm really excited for tomorrow night. I really am.
How excited are you about Ben Whittaker? Now, this is going to be the first time I've seen him live. Some people take to him, some people don't. Some people want him to get knocked out because the way he acts. Some people love the way he acts because he's a showman and he brings that entertainment value to the sport. What can we expect from him then?
Same as usual. I think he's even stronger, and since he came back from injury, I said, we were debating super middleweight, light heavyweight, and if I'm honest, I was hoping maybe for the first couple of years he would be a super middleweight. I think what's clear is he's filling out, and he's a monster at light heavyweight. He really is. He's a big guy. He's big frame, tall guy, and there's something that's different since he's come back from injury. That was the best debut I've ever seen. Don't get me wrong, but he's ready, and he's going to be so active, and I think he'll headline this year. And yeah, unbelievable talent. unbelievable showman, but also a very, very hard worker and one that can go right to the top.
Ben, I'm going to ask another question here now. The main event was meant to be EUBANK and Liam Smith. I'm hearing Liam Smith's back from injury. Can you tell me anything? Have you got anything you can tell me on that fight?
Listen, it's looking good. It's looking good. And Liam will be there on Saturday. And as you say, thank the Lord, the doctor, he's going to be fit. And now it's just about the final few details, but yeah, really happy for him, because at his stage of his career he's got 12-18 months left and he's never been in better form, and he's got the world at his feet. He's got unbelievable fights ahead, not just the EUBANK fight, and he'll hopefully fight for a second world title. And so when the frustration for everyone, when at this stage of his career to get injured and hoping that it's not going to be a long-term one, and it's not, thankfully, and so I'm delighted for him, and hopefully have some news soon.
Can I ask a biased question?
Yes.
Right? Obviously, Boris Cronin's my guy, you know, because we're obviously Scottish. Now, a big heavyweight up in Scotland, Mark McCART, I spoke to him, and he seems frustrated that all the heavyweights in the division never call him out when they want to talk about fights in August and September. What more can Martin do to get these fights? What more can you do to get these fights?
Well, the thing is, no one's fighting in the heavyweight division, so it makes it very difficult for everyone. I mean, and you hear all the time, everyone wants too much money, or they're pricing me out. Not just from any particular fight. I hear it so much. Martin McCART doesn't, and there's plenty of fighters that wouldn't. It's just the fighters that you want, that you believe are you going to be, or is it right? It's the right choice. They're going to ask for a lot of money. I just think, yeah, you have got fighters like Martin McCART. He's not the only one. Plenty of heavyweights. So just sitting there, looking up at the top, thinking, when is this going to get going? When are they going to start fighting? It's frustrating, and governing bodies need to do better. I think that's the only solution to this. When you've got a pot at the end of a rainbow that's there, and everyone's hoping it's going to happen at some point, whenever, next 12 months, 18 months, whatever, it stagnates the whole sport, and that's where the mandatories need to be enforced, and I'm sure, well, I hope they'll look at that seriously.
One final one from me then, I need to wrap this up. You've got plenty of media. Saturday night, Sky Sports, Savannah Marshall, undisputed championship fight against Francois and Cruz DEZURN. There's also Natasha Jonas going for her second world title. There's Ben Whittaker, the showman. There's many, many more. Why should people tune into Sky Sports Saturday night?
Oh, it's just a huge night, isn't it? I think this fight week has just shown it, but that main event is one of the biggest fights in women's boxing. And as you say, Ben Whittaker, the superstar, coming up, two really hard fights for Zach Chelly and Callum Simpson. It's a great card. It could be an emotional one, especially with Tasha Jonas and Savannah Marshall. Anything can happen, especially at this level. And yeah, I'm really, really looking forward to it. I'm so glad it's here now. It was really difficult with the Smith EUBANK pull out again, but I'm so glad we kept it on, because this is a big night on Saturday night.
Ben, I'm looking forward to it as well, as you know. So listen, brother, thank you so much, and I'll see you Saturday night. Thank you, Ben.
Join us for the very first IFL Live at London's Indigo at the O2, Sunday, August the 13th, with me, Kugan Cassius, and some very special guests: Eddie Hearn, Darren Barker, Johnny Fisher, and more. Tickets now on sale. So in the words of Eddie Hearn,
You get up, you dress up, and you fucking show up.